Tonight, when the sun goes down, you are going to flip a switch. Light will flood the room, and you will not think twice about it. But for 99.9% of human history, that switch did not exist. When the sun set, the world went dark, and your body was built for that darkness. So when your eyes snap open at 3 a.m. tonight, and you stare at the ceiling, wondering what is wrong with you, the truth is far stranger than you think. Your body is not broken. It is remembering. For most of human history, people did not sleep in one solid 8-hour block. They slept in two. The first sleep began shortly after sunset. It lasted about 4 hours. Then they woke up. Not for a few minutes. Not to use the bathroom and fall back asleep. They woke up for 1 to 2 hours. In the middle of the night. On purpose. This was called the watch. And it was completely normal. Historian A. Roger Eckert spent 16 years studying pre-industrial sleep records, diaries, court documents, prayer manuals, medical texts. He found over 500 references to this pattern. In 1595, a French physician wrote that laborers typically slept from around 9 p.m. until midnight. Then they woke for an hour or two. Then they slept again until dawn. English poet Robert Hayman wrote in 1628 that the best time for study and contemplation was between the first sleep and the second. The watch was not insomnia. It was not a disorder. It was a feature. So, what did people actually do during this gap? They talked. They prayed. They thought. They had sex. Some got up and did light chores. Others simply lay in bed, awake, in the dark, with their thoughts. In 1992, psychiatrist Thomas Ware conducted a groundbreaking experiment. He placed a group of modern adults in a controlled environment with 14 hours of darkness per day. No artificial light, no screens, no clocks. After a few weeks of adjustment, every single participant fell into a biphasic sleep pattern. They slept for about 4 hours, woke up for 1 to 2 hours, then slept again for another 4. Their bodies had not forgotten. They had simply been waiting for the darkness to return. So why does your body still try to do this? Because your brain does not know it is 2026. Your hypothalamus, the part of your brain that controls sleep, evolved over millions of years in a world without light, switches. It responds to light the same way it always has. When the sun goes down, your brain starts producing melatonin. When the sun rises, it stops. But your brain cannot tell the difference between the sun and a smartphone. At 10 p.m., you are scrolling under blue light. Your hypothalamus thinks it is noon. So melatonin gets suppressed. Your first sleep gets delayed. Your circadian rhythm gets pushed forward. Then you finally put the phone down. You fall asleep around midnight. But your body still wants that midnight waking, so it happens at 3 a.m. instead. And because you have been told that waking up at 3 a.m. means something is wrong with you, your heart starts racing. You check your phone, you see the time, you panic. Now cortisol floods your system. And cortisol is a wakefulness hormone. So you lie there, wide awake, convinced your body has betrayed you. But it has not. It is doing exactly what it was designed to do. The only difference is the context. Your ancestors woke up in total darkness. No clock, no alarm, no notification. Just the embers of a fire and the sound of breathing around them. They did not panic. They accepted the watch as a natural part of the night. In fact, many cultures consider this middle-of-the-night wakefulness to be the most spiritually significant time of the day. The boundary between sleep and waking was seen as a liminal space, a threshold where the conscious mind was quiet enough to hear something deeper. Monks used this time for prayer. Mystics used it for meditation. Ordinary people used it for reflection, for intimacy, for simply being present in the dark. And then, around the late 17th century, everything changed. Street lighting arrived in European cities. Candles became cheaper. People began staying up later. And the idea of sleeping in one continuous block started to seem not just normal, but morally superior. By the 19th century, medical texts began describing biphasic sleep as a disorder. The watch was pathologized, and the 8-hour sleep block was invented. Not by evolution, not by biology, by the Industrial Revolution. Factories needed workers on schedules. Trains needed to run on time. And sleep was compressed into a single efficient block so that the rest of the day could be maximized for productivity. Your body never agreed to this. It still runs on ancient software. And every night, it tries to run the old program. But instead of firelight and silence, it gets LED screens and anxiety. Instead of a peaceful watch, it gets a panic attack at 3 a.m. So what can you actually do about it? First, understand that waking up in the middle of the night is not a failure. It is a biological memory. Second, if you do wake up, do not reach for your phone. Do not check the time. Do not turn on a bright light. Lie still. Breathe slowly. Accept the wakefulness. Treat it as a gift, a pocket of quiet in a world that never stops. Some researchers believe this natural midnight waking was when humans did their most creative thinking. The prefrontal cortex is less active during this state. The mind is more fluid, more associative, less censored. Dream logic bleeds into waking thought. This is why so many writers, artists, and inventors report their best ideas coming in the middle of the night. Your brain is not malfunctioning. It is accessing a mode of consciousness that has been largely forgotten. In 2013, a study by Kenneth Wright at the University of Colorado confirmed that even a weekend of camping can reset the human circadian clock by approximately 2 hours. Participants exposed only to natural light and darkness fell asleep earlier, woke up less during the night, and reported better overall sleep quality. Their bodies remembered what to do. They just needed the right signals. The problem is not your body. The problem is that your body was built for a world that no longer exists. A world of darkness, of silence, of 2 sleeps separated by a watch of peaceful wakefulness. And every time you wake up at 3 a.m., your body is trying to take you back to that world. It is not asking you to fix it. It is asking you to remember. So tonight, when the sun goes down, you are going to flip a switch. And your body will remember that for most of human history, that switch did not exist.